Greetings, fellow members of our Glendale Filipino Church, Pastor Dem, Pastor Lastimoso, the Sami, Arbias, and Gonzalez families, and friends. I acknowledge and thank you for your presence this afternoon as you came to offer a word of sympathy and encouragement to our family, as well as to celebrate a life that had touched so many of you. It is indeed a very painful experience to lose a loved one unexpectedly, and it sends a wave of shock to everyone who knew him, especially to members of the family who loved him so dearly. I was not prepared for it. In fact, he was getting ready to participate in a conference-sponsored crusade in Bata, a town here in Negros, the following week. We planned to hold our own crusade in Puerto Princesa, Palawan, this coming April, but everything came to a sudden halt. For several days, he was complaining of abdominal cramps, the urge to go, but unable to. X-rays revealed he had intestinal obstruction. He had surgery Saturday morning, January 2, 2011, was discharged from ICU Tuesday night, was recovering in his private room for 1 week, when complications after complications just ensued, which necessitated him to be opened up 2 more times in the operating room. After that, he just started going downhill and never made it out of the intensive care unit where he died of cardiogenic shock. The sad thing about this was that he was intubated, which means the endotracheal tube that was used for passing anesthesia gas and oxygen were left in place to maintain adequate oxygenation, and he could not communicate with us verbally. I just wondered what his last words could have been if he was able to speak. Thank you so much for the prayers you have offered in his behalf. The prayer ministry here did a marathon of prayers as well. But God, in His own wisdom, preferred to answer no to our petitions, and we just have to accept the fact that God knows what He is doing. God is too wise to be mistaken. God is too good to be unkind. So when we don't understand, when we can't see His plan, when we can't trace His hand, we should just trust His heart, for someday we shall understand. Thank you, brothers and sisters at GFC, for your expressions of sympathy, which I received via Western Union. Thank you, Pastor Dem, for your call. Thank you, members of the quilting ministry, for doing the same, and above all, for contacting me twice, for each one of you speaking to me individually. That really touched me because I felt your love and concern for me in this time of sorrow. Lest I forget, I would also like to express my gratitude to relatives here in the U.S. for sending your expressions of sympathy in the form of flowers and others to Bacolod. May God bless each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. Lastly, I would like to make a plea to each one of you this afternoon to stay in touch with the Lord and keep our loving relationships with one another intact so that we can be ready when the Lord decides to call us home. May God bless us all till we meet again. Thank you.